TitleMatchNetwork.com.
Right. Did you get a lot of knowledge from The Undertaker and these guys when you were...
Of course. Here I am being a baby coming in, and, here you got these guys that not only they're WWF, not only are they fighting Hulk Hogan,
right?
Dead Man, The Undertaker, fighting, the immortal Hulk Hogan, but these guys have been wrestling for 10 years or some of them even more than that before coming there.
Right.
So they had a ton of experience. I'd only been wrestling only a year.
Right, it's true.
So, here I am, here I'm at WWF and, I've only been wrestling a year. I mean, I was really thankful to, I look back now, you don't realize things until after. You always hear people say you don't realize what you got until either you lose it.
True.
Or you don't realize you got until you finally slow down and you can sit down and start thinking things over and go, wow, man, I really had. Man, look at that. Nobody else has really done that.
Right.
1 year. And so I was really thankful. I think Kurt Angle was one of those kind of individuals that, boom, he showed right up, didn't wrestle for that long, but he came right from being an Olympic gold medalist and right into World Wrestling Entertainment.
True. Did you feel the red hair that you were talking about earlier, did you feel that was too stereotypical at all?
As I said, when I first came in, everything that Vince wanted to do, his heart was definitely, we want to do the right thing. He was serious about doing the right thing. Had Chief Jay Strongbow there too. So Vince was never looking to do anything to stereotype the Native Americans. He was more, what can we do? But as I've spent more time with the Native people, okay, and it's amazing, since leaving World Wrestling Federation or World Wrestling Entertainment, I've spent more time with the Native people than ever. I mean, I went to a lot of reservations, but I'm personal friends with many of the chiefs. I've got addresses of all 1,835 of all the chiefs. I can contact them directly. And by being with the Lakotas, I got to learn more history. See, the Lakotas, which I represent, Tatanka is a Lakota name. Okay, that's a name I've taken on, and names to natives mean a lot. It's just not a name.
Right.
It really means something with natives. Might not to someone else, but with the Lakotas and Native Americans, it means something. The Lakotas never did their hair red.
I got you.
So after learning things later on, the Lakotas didn't do that. So there are certain things I did there that natives were very, very happy and proud about, but certain things they went, it'd be better if you did not do this for other people. Let us tell you why. Because they understand that here I'm coming from being a Native American on the East Coast. A lot of the East Coast tribes lost their way of life because all those tribes were colonized.
Gotcha.
Back in the day. And if you know history, where a lot of the tribes out in the Midwest, they were always out in the reservation. They were sticking to their traditions, and it stayed with them longer. All tribes now are really teaching traditions, and the traditions are living on. But, what I found out is Lakotas never did their hair red, and really no tribe did their hair red. There's only one tribe that would even do a redness in their hair at all, and it wasn't full red. It was the Mohawks.
Right.
And the Mohawks actually fought against the Lakotas. They were actually enemies
Oh boy.
to the Lakotas. So you could see how it can be a sensitive thing. But natives, understanding what I'm doing, they understand it's TV. But also, on another hand, too, it's serious about tradition and honor with Native Americans, just like a lot of cultures, Japanese cultures and Asian cultures and Samoan cultures. There's certain things you just don't want to step on. You can step on it, but as soon as you feel that hot coal, you better step off and make it right.
Right.
So, the red hair, they understood what it resembled, but in reality, when you look at it, what natives do you see with red hair?
True. Now, when you go, we'll talk more about you returning a little bit later on, but when you go back, will you be doing the red hair?
That was never discussed now, and it's not even an issue. Vince is a very, very, very smart marketer. He's unbelievable. He's a marketing genius. Vince was very, very smart with that. I think more the red hair was about, there was a tribe that tinted their hair red, but they didn't do it all red. They would, at the bottom of their mohawk, the Mohawk Nation, they would put a little bit red, and they would get it from berries, dyes of berries, where they would get their colors. Vince was very, very smart, though. He used that red hair because he knew he wanted to do something. Because Vince doesn't do anything by chance. He's already got it planned out. He knows what he's going to do.
Right.
Okay. He used that as like, who's this guy with the red hair? It was like, boom. He used that red hair to make people really look at me and who is this?
Right. Right.
So Vince was very, very smart. It was more like, who's this guy with the red hair? And they started focus on me and they started realizing, wow, man, look, God, he's defeated this guy. He's defeated. It was kind of more of a traction thing.
Right.
Yeah, there was natives that did have some red in their hair. There was a storyline behind it, represent the blood of all my people. That's great because that's who I really do represent. But I think it was a big marketing thing for Vince because after 2 years, when I went to his office and went, Vince, it already been 2 years, going on maybe the third year, right around there. I go, Vince, said all this bleaching on my hair and I have to bleach it and then I have to go red. I go, man, this is, my hair is just like killing my hair.
Right.
I said, you think maybe we can stop doing the red hair? He says, yeah, no problem.
Okay.
So the biggest thing is Vince used it as a real big thing. Like, who is this guy? Because you see someone red hair, it's like, well, who is this guy?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was a big thing that he used it to establish me.
Gotcha.
Now, just like anything, after Michael Jordan's played for 10 years, you know who Michael Jordan is. Now, Tatanka, I went back August 1st, I didn't have red hair, but when the boom music, they know who it is.
Exactly.
So Vince is very smart. Again, I've always said it, no matter being away from there, when I was away from there, I've always said that Vince is a marketing genius.
Right.
And he is. That's what he does.
Gotcha.
TitleMatchNetwork.com